Welcome back to American Arms Channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're standing here at 270 yards to target with my Bergara B-14 HMR chambered in 300 PRC. We're zeroed for 300 yards. We're in a field expedient position off of an old fence post here. And I have the scope set at 14 power, which is what I zeroed it at. It's set for approximately a 300 yard zero. It's set for actually its maximum point blank range with my hand load here, which I'll get into in just a minute. But that zero at 294 yards, which gives me a maximum point blank range and an 8-inch target of 348 yards. So this 10-inch plate should be no problem. I have a little bit of a wind to my back. It's inconsistent, but it's also under 6 miles per hour. It's probably blowing at around 3 miles per hour right now. Just a light breeze. First round's in the pipe. This is a cold bore shot. Let's see if I can do it, because I know the gun can. Slightly left, but dead center. And the left was all me. I felt it when the shot broke. I love this gun, and I love this cartridge. Let's talk a little bit about it and do some more shooting. As I stated, this is a Bergara B-14 HMR. This particular one I purchased on my birthday this year, and I actually replaced a rifle with it. I decided that I didn't want the Savage MSR-10 long range anymore, and if I was going to potentially, because I live in the West now, if I was going to go into the Rocky Mountains, or maybe I got lucky enough in Nebraska to draw an elk tag, if I was going to hunt elk or big game, I wanted a Magnum cartridge. And if I was going to do that, why not go with the newest and the quote-unquote best of the best? I also like the idea of maybe eventually dipping my toes into long range or extended long range target shooting. So something like the 300 PRC made sense to me. It was readily available on a Sporting Warehouse's or Sportsman's Warehouse's gun rack. Handled it. I really liked it. Seen it a couple times. It's a heavy girl, but I love the box magazine. I love, actually really kind of love the size of the rifle overall. And I put Warne 0 MOA Picatinny base on it, Warne 30mm rings, and this is a Burris Fullfield 4 6-24 by 50 second focal plane with their E3 ballistic reticle. 50mm exit objective, like I said there. Really nice hybrid target slash hunting scope. Has a very simple reticle. It is a second focal plane, which I kind of have a love-hate relationship with, but honestly, it makes life a little bit easy when it comes to hunting. You're not trying to dial, you're not trying to do anything silly, you're just focusing on making the shot. And when you zero for maximum point blank range, that should be exactly what you can do. For me, my goal is to practice well enough to kill an animal reliably with good rest out to 600 yards, but also being able to snap shoot at 150 and in, and take good aim and fire and hit at 200 yards, which this rifle should absolutely be able to accomplish. And there's my pretty Hornady brass there. Not been able to find brass, just factory loads online and in person. So I'm running it off of about, I have I think 180 factory 212 grain ELDs, and today what I am shooting is my 225 grain ELD match load. This is being propelled by 87 grains of LRT. 87.7 grains will consistently provide you averages of 3,000 feet per second with a 225 grain pill in this cartridge. I have these seated out pretty well, and I think it is a really nice setup as far as the cartridge goes. I'm running CCI number 250 large rifle Magnum primers, and I have all of my necks trimmed and deburred. These cartridge cases I don't anneal, and a lot of these cartridge cases, like the first box of ammunition I shot through it, they're probably on their 6th loading now, getting close to. I've got them mixed, and I've really not found it to affect accuracy, at least that I can tell. I am not a quarter MOA shooter, but I've gotten some better and better groups. Got at this point over 115 rounds through the gun, 115 or better. I think I'm sitting at 116 or 117 with that shot, and I am really loving it. I like the setup. It's starting to rain a little bit. So let's say if that was a mule deer or an elk at 270 yards, I connected and I put it down. Let's see if I can do it again. A nice trigger pull on this rifle. And that one went exactly where the reticle was. So according to online calculators, the maximum point blank range I should be zeroed for. My rangefinder I know is accurate, but I can tell you right now I've got maybe just a touch high, so everything should be tuned in appropriately. That barrel's still cool. Let's put one more shot on that plate. See if I can do 3 for 3. Yeah, field expedient position. This is not the most stable. My Bog tripod would definitely be a better solution, but if you're gonna hunt, you need to practice what you might encounter in the field. Definitely a good idea. Same exact spot, felt the shot break. I keep wanting to drift right. It's probably because I'm right-handed shooter in this position, and the gun's a little bit high, not too high, but just a little bit high. I'm trying to toss these unobtainium pieces of brass into the grass. Let's see here. Also try to not feed another round if I don't want to. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. Let's see if we can't find a place to deploy the bipod and maybe take a longer shot or just a different position. All right, so not a level enough spot to get up high and make this shot with a good rest off the bipod, which is kind of the reason why the Bog tripod, the death grip there, might be a good idea in the field. I'm going to use my sling as a little bit of padding to help get this rifle elevated correctly. According to my BDC reticle, at 14 power in this rifle, I'll show it to you here, this load should be 416 yards at the first ballistic hash. So, being that we're at 383 approximately, we'll just call it 380, because I am having to range the pile directly behind the target. That should mean I need to roughly split the difference on a 10-inch plate, hold it a touch high, and my first holdover will be right at the bottom, but I'm going to focus on that that main crosshair there. Hold off to the left. All right. One more shot. I gotta reload the magazine. Might not be able to make a 380-yard field expedient shot. I pulled left again. having trouble keeping that thing on. All right, well, I suck, but at least I consistently suck, right? I'm gonna top off, and I think we're gonna go get the tripod and try again from a longer range. We'll see what we can pull off. All right, so I've stopped here at, let's check the distance. About 204, 205 yards. Deploy the bipod, and I can just see on the tops of the grass, the left plate. And just to make myself feel better, I'm just gonna get a hit. And I guess we're gonna kind of see if this bullet will deviate at all as it travels across grass tops at 205 yards. So, let's see. The weight of this rifle really helps getting a nice track on that shot and getting that bolt cycled and staying relatively on target for a bolt action rifle. Rifle probably is coming out at around 11 some odd pounds, the way it's set up, maybe a touch more, but the dead air 3-chamber brake on the front of it also helps quite a bit. That was fun. Let's do it again. Follow-up shots are pretty dang quick. I think I jerked the first one. I didn't really hear a report from that plate, but it reliably ejects these pretty large cartridge cases, and it does a good job. I really, really enjoy this rifle. I'm going to top the magazine off and save my brass in a case. And we're going to get the tripod and see if we can back it on out. Give the barrel a chance to cool. Okay, time for redemption possibly. I'm sitting on the bumper of the truck, kind of like maybe a boulder out in the field, right? Or maybe a truck bumper. 377 yards, so roughly the same distance. About 5 yards shorter, which is about right. I'm looking at the fence post behind me. Got my Bog DEATHGRIP tripod. Got everything leveled, pretty well locked in. Is this feel expedient? It's kind of cheating, but if I'm waiting and I don't have a good position and I've decided to bring a tripod with me and I'm standing here and I'm waiting for animals to pop out anywhere from point blank to 400 yards, this tripod makes sense. Well, the camera died, and it'll probably die again pretty fast here. I think I went high, so I'm going to dead hold, see what happens. Maybe my calculations for this round are not accurate. And I can't hit that damn plate. I suck, and that's a hard fact to face. But I need to get to know this rifle, and I need to get better with it in field expedient positions. It's very hard, too, not being able to see a point of impact. Very hard. That LRT powder smells really nice, though. Camera died again. Figured out my problem. Turn it up to 24. Hold on the first reticle. Let's see if I can get it on camera, me hitting it. About 370 some odd yards. And I might have broke the damn target stand, but I got it on camera. Hit the plate though. You can probably hear that. I love this rifle. I just need to get better.